Okay, we're live now. So this video will be about deep cleaning the Xiaomi Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Uh, let's see the condition before, and I'll show you the after condition. First thing is turn it off, remove the compartment, dust filter or the water compartment. It can be cleaned separately, so do that. Take out the brush, be careful of the blade, and let's flip it over first. Make sure you don't scratch this part. Houses the LiDAR scanner, so don't scratch this up too much or don't break it. Be cautious. If possible, use a proper surface. So I'll be gentle with it. Remove all the peripherals. As you can see, the condition is very bad. It's like if you're vacuuming daily, using it regularly, it will be dirty and it will like jam things. Like for instance, this caster wheel is very resistive, like, and it should not be this way. It puts excess strain on the battery. These seem to be fine, but major issues are with these brushes. So these rotate as the vacuum cleans. So let's take them out. You just press these two tabs and it will pop out. I'll keep the dirty things away, and you can remove the, as you can see, this is the free part that stays in this, and this is the fixed part which is rotated by a motor over here. So that's how you'll place it afterwards. The condition is pretty bad, and that's where this blade will come in handy. So let's keep it aside and we'll use it when we clean it actually. Let's remove this brush as well. Be gentle, don't break it or something. Make sure you rotate it. It's freely rotating, so nothing is directly connected to the chassis and the brush body. So you can grab these things and wiggle it till it pulls out. So this should be free and clear of any debris or dirt, etc. So as you can see, the condition is pretty bad over here. It's got hair and threads and plastic material, and initially it was like the two of these were joined together by something. So I think I'll change this and use a new one. Bring it away. Now we're left with the caster wheel. I think caster wheel can also be pulled out. Sorry. So this is the grease and the lubricating material for the caster wheel, and now you can easily remove these things just by your hand till you think the rotation is free. I don't think I'll be able to do it with just my hand. It's pretty deep. Doesn't matter, we have the tools, we'll use them. So about deep cleaning, I'll show you where the battery is placed, and we'll remove the battery for safety reasons. I think these are Phillips 1 or Phillips 2 screws. Let's try with one. Uh, but before that, I'll be using another vacuum cleaner to clean the vacuum cleaner. Yeah. Be careful not to like touch the greased area. This because this acts as a lubricant, so you can just clean it around. So the debris is clear now, and we can proceed. I don't know what this is meant for. Let's check it. Some sort of connector is there, but I don't think we need to touch it or anything. This screw has a sticker on it, so if you damage it, you might void your warranty. So we're not going to open this. We're just going to open this compartment which houses the battery. Another thing, you want to keep them very secure, because once I lost one of these and found it out of the house in my balcony. So please take care of these. Okay, I think now we can remove it. How do we do it? I don't know. Slides out. Just have to grab it below the edge. Uh, there is a rubber seal over here, so that water or liquid dust does not get inside the battery compartment. Let's clean this off. It's the brush. So now the battery. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. So it's three cables are coming out. So I guess it's 7.4 volts lithium battery. Check the polarity later. Let's just disconnect the connector, I guess. Here, do not pull the cables too strongly because it can damage the connector or the cable. Because I see a pull tab on this one, so there is a tab here. See this, sorry. There is a pull tab here. Oh, it. Maybe not. Okay, anyway, and you just have to believe me or something. So there's a pull tab. Let's try to wiggle it and pull the connector out. Okay, we've safely disconnected the battery now. And if you want, you can check the voltage as well. Let's grab the multimeter, set it to DC 20 and positive to positive. Let's check the farthest connector. Oh my, it's 15.9 volts right now. It's fully charged. Okay, here also we have 16 volts. So I guess the battery management system, everything is placed inside this, and these cables are the final cables coming out of the battery management system. So we may have 5 or 5S connection. I'm not sure, but 16 volts it is. All right, let's set it aside. Make sure you do not short circuit the compartments. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. We have a micro USB female connector. I don't know what's that for. I'll close up this connector over here in the battery compartment. Maybe it is to connect it to the computer, or okay, let's try. I'm just gonna grab a micro USB cable, which are very hard to find these days. We have one. Okay, I got it. Let's pull it. Connect one end to my computer over here, and another one over here. I don't know what will happen. I hope I do not damage the product. So, no pop-ups, no indication on the computer. It does not show me any device. Nope. Maybe with the battery.
Turning on.
Okay. I heard a prompt, turning on. With just 5 volts it is turning on. Temporarily flip it. Okay, I don't know how that's possible. If a device operates at 15 to 16 volts and it's just turned on by plugging in a micro USB cable, I don't know how that's happening. Let's try vacuuming. No response. Try the home button, docking button. Nope, no response again. Long press. Not even turning off. Again, let me try it again. No response. No response. Let's try both. No response. Long press both. No response, either on the device or the computer. So let's check once again the device manager of the computer if we got something. I'll go to the device manager. So we should be seeing it on the USB devices ports, communications port 1 thing, system devices, USB universal serial bus devices. So what do we have? No, nothing specific. So let me try it with the battery. I hope it does not explode or so. Okay, I plugged in the battery. No response again. Maybe you need a proper software or something just for the manufacturer to use it. So let's plug it. We should be seeing no power. Okay, yeah, no power. All right, let's get to the cleaning part again. So next I would like to open the top chassis, but I cannot do it because this one is sealed and I do not break the warranty or something. Next up, area you want to clean is this area, which has the stopping or ground sensors. So this is a collision sensor, and these are the infrared ground sensors to avoid falling from the stairs and something. In front is the camera or the ultrasonic sensor, I'm not sure about it, and this is a LiDAR scanner. Just get inside the sensor array area. Let's keep these screws separate. Okay, these are longer than those ones. Same Phillips 1 screws. Now this should come off. Okay, we can see a lot of dirt collecting here. Again, this is where the brush comes in handy. Just gonna move it out of the frame and clean it with it. So light brush, and it's almost clean. The rubber gasket is not placed here, it's below, it's on this part. And I want to get access to the collision switches so I can, okay, thing comes out. Again, I'll clean this out of the frame. I'll take it out of the frame now. So this gasket was the collision avoidance damage protection part, so does not let your device pick up damage while it is operating and colliding with an obstacle or something. Let's clean this, almost done. Okay, and now have a look at the vital components. Okay, so these are momentary. This is the spring actually. These are momentary switches which help in collision avoidance. So whenever the entire thing is pressed, these get pressed and activated, so the device stops then and there. Next is these infrared sensors to detect the ground. Clean them, although this is not this part has nothing to do with detection. It's actually the bottom part which does it. We'll clean it later. I think I'll use the vacuum cleaner. It's not want to stay there because you don't have the uh, front wheel, so it's tipping over in this part. Let's clean it with a cloth or something. So I have a cleaning cloth over here. I'm just going to use some cleaning liquid. Does not damage the plastic or anything, just surface cleaner. More important is that you clean the under surfaces of the infrared sensors. So if you have stairs or something in your house, it does not fall off the stairs just because the sensor was dirty and it could not detect properly. So these things are secondary. The primary things are the sensors. So let's clean the camera. Or the ultrasonic sensor. I still cannot determine if it's an ultrasonic or a camera there. I think it's ultrasonic because I cannot see anything even with light penetrating this thing. So I think it's an ultrasonic or maybe an infrared sensor. I'm not sure. Okay, the most important thing, the underneath of these sensors should be clean. This one is the emitter and this one is the collector. So this sends off infrared rays and this receives them, and it calculates it with the time that the rays come back. Okay, all four of them. Okay. I think this is as far as we can go with the deep cleaning. It is the chassis seems to be sealed over multiple places and it's not recommended to open it. And I won't open these things as well because this might be holding something. Cannot see anything inside. Let me use a torch or something. Yeah, I think there is something being anchored to these screws, so seems nothing. But let's not go that far because if we cannot open the lower chassis, there is no point in doing that. Okay, so now we have to clean these things and make sure they are freely mobile. You'll feel some resistance because the gear is present inside these things. I think it's a 775 or 555 motor with gears. It's a brush DC motor, that is what I know for sure. And let's just first remove the hair and the debris that has collected between the okay, I see some irregular movement on this tire, but I don't think there is any debris or something. Now we have a slightly higher gap. Now it's in the frame, and now the normal gap. Now the lowest gap. So you can compare with the gaps. Excellent. And let's not open these as well because this is not properly reachable, and as we do not have access to the motor, so we cannot do anything else. Neither the brush can penetrate this space, so I think as long as it is freely moving, leave it. Then let's clean the dirtiest brush. So I don't think I'll be using this as of now. I'll take it apart. I mean, already taken it apart. I'll take some time to clean all the hair, all the plastic, all the threads, etc. that it's pulled off because it really restricts the action of the bristles and these rubber gaskets which are supposed to direct the dust in this certain direction. So let's keep it aside. I got a replacement packet, so let's use the replacement accessories. So there's a HEPA filter. I don't need that. There is our trusty brush. This is how it's supposed to be, right? We have the free end here and the fixed end here. So the fixed end goes towards this side and the free end stays here. You can confirm it by moving it. Yep. Mobile and working. Let's take the cover gasket. Let's clean it. You can use a specific cleaner or a wet cloth, but I think this will remain dusty once you clean it and use it again. In one use, it will get as dusty as it was before, so I don't see a point in deep cleaning these things. So place it back. First, let me place the battery back because we are now safe. We have put back together everything, and there's no danger in putting the battery back. Again, someday I would like to see what is the configuration of this battery and what is, if it's a BMS inside it, or is the BMS placed inside this thing. We don't know, but it's pretty like heavy, and let's put it back. First, you need to connect this connector in the right direction. Match this tab with a small tab on the connector. I hope you can see it. If not, I'll have to bring it closer. There is a tab over here on this side, so we'll match it and keep it. This way. We've placed it, locked it, so it's flush. I can put the battery back, the cables as they were already, and it's inside too. Okay, let's place this cover first so that we can know if the battery placement has been done right. And I cannot find it. It's here. Clean it. Gasket covering area. And let's place it back. You want to match these with these two holes, and it goes flush like that. So you will have to tighten it so the gasket comes in contact with this part, and it becomes dust or water resistant or something. So let's place the 4 screws back together. Other thing, if you think the device is not functioning properly, or there is it's not cleaning properly, the mop function is not working. For vacuuming, you can just place your hand on the exhaust part, because I happen to get the device in an area where there was some water, and it clogged the HEPA filter with water. The dust compartment had water entered inside it, and if the HEPA filter becomes wet, it cannot let air through. So one hack is that you can just place your hand over here above this and feel for the air coming out. So if the suction is proper, you'll definitely get some air coming out of this area, and that's how you know it's vacuuming properly. Now, before that, let's place the this part. So I use this one to clean it. I think this one also comes out as well. Maybe not. Nope. I think it stays there. There's some threads that I want to remove. You can use a smaller bit if you have. I think I can get away with this. Yeah. Make sure you do not touch the grease. Do not apply too much pressure because you do not want to damage the plastic as well. Okay, so I think the wheel is mobile now and not giving me resistance, so I can place it back. I clean it with my hands. I do not want to get a cloth in here, so it wipes the grease. Here, I remove the and clean around it. So just place it, and this is a locking part which should lock the caster wheel in place. Okay. It's freely mobile as in this direction, so we're good here. Now what's left is to place the bracket that we just cleaned. Again, there are three things, and we have three aligned holes here on this battery compartment cover. So we'll just slide it right in, release them, or you may just like push it till you hear a click. So this is done now. Time to get the collision avoidance gasket back. It doesn't make much of a difference if you clean it too much just for aesthetics, but it will be subjected to collisions and all those things. So let's place it the way it was. Sure. I need to align it here. Okay. Then so you want to align it along these sides. Okay, seems to be working. The camera or the ultrasonic sensor is radar is properly aligned, so we can carefully close the lid, hold it in the pressed position, invert the device, and lay it flat. So, and then grab the gasket or the cover or whatever it is, align the holes, screw it back together. So let's just place them first. Making sure they no. We're not tightening the screws as of now. We're just putting them in their places. And there's one more on my table. Side. Okay. Now let's start with the center ones first. Do not fully tighten them first. Just make sure this cover is in place. So we are sure that we are doing it right. Yeah, right. Correct alignment. Okay, I have tightened the far end. So now you want to lift it a little bit and check if it is free and working properly. Let's take hand under it. Yep. You can hear the collision avoidance, the momentary switches that were here clicking. This is the spring which remains attached to this thing. So the sound that you are listening is the switch sound. So now we can confidently tighten all those screws. I have had some issues where it started giving errors and could not determine the terrain on the carpet while it was previously able to do so. That is why I needed to check this system and make sure it is clear and clean the infrared sensors as well. So if you have any difficulty, if your device finds it difficult to navigate on any terrain that it used to previously, you might want to check this area. Okay, we're almost done. Finally, this side brush. Let's clean the rest of. Again, clean whatever is possible in this section, because accessing this section completely would void your warranty, and you would want to do that. Maybe if you have a stronger vacuum you can use it once or twice to get dirt out of this area, because I still see dirt here, and the small portable vacuum is not strong enough. So, and this seems to be clear. The tires have enough clearance while in normal position and in elevated position. Normal position, elevated position. So good there. In this area, see the new brushes. Remember, the brushes curvature should be towards the ground. So when I tilt the device or tilt it upright, this will be in this position. And if the curvature is more, it has maximum contact with the ground and it is able to function properly. So I will align it and place it. You see this square shaped thing here, and there is no channel or anything. You can just place it aligning the square, and you have to make sure it goes in completely with a click, otherwise it will keep falling off. So I think we're good here. Free movement, no dirt, free movement, no dirt, free movement, no dirt. Now let's move to the top section. There is nothing much to do here. It's just for the looks or the device aesthetics. Again, I'm going to use a glass cleaner here. This is a smooth, shiny surface. Remember not to spray any liquid directly over the top surface, because we have some electronics over here. Like these buttons, I think they're sealed, but you want to be careful. And the LiDAR scanner, most importantly, you want to be careful with this, because it emits laser to navigate and create a 3D map. If you damage this, I think it is not even available as a separate entity, and you'll have to buy the entire device. So let's just clean the top, and we'll do some final things, and the device will be ready to go again. Again, I do not want to touch the sensor with the cloth. I'll just use a blower or something to clean this area, because I do not want it to get damaged. All right, we have a super shiny top, clean collision system. Everything looks good. We place the mop pins. This is optional. If you want the mopping function to take place, you can use it. I regularly do use it, so I'll be placing it. And you can do it without even inverting the device. Just align it to the back. You can see the LiDARs back here, and I think it's correct. It will again give you a click and rotate it to see if it's in contact with the surface. Yes, I cannot show you, but yeah, the mop is completely in contact. Finally, Let's place the tank or the dust collector. You want to make sure these things are clean, and especially the contacts are clean. Because if there is short circuit or debris which has water or moisture, it can create a pseudo short circuit. You might not see it actually being connected, but it will be short circuit. So I think I lost my tank. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I use the 2-in-1 tank. You want to make sure the nozzle is clear because it releases water from the two nozzles. These appear to be closed, so I don't know if they're useful. So let's clean it again. Just a regular dry cloth will do it because you do not want to damage the HEPA filter. This is the HEPA filter. If you just like take it outside, clean it, you might not get everything out of it, but a blow dryer again or a blower, etc., would be very handy to clean it. I'm sorry, that was the mosquito insect zapper. Let's place it together. Okay, there was dust and it's all here now. So let me dust it off somewhere else. Yeah, surprisingly, this was the only dust. Again, use the mini vacuum. Clear this. Chill. We're ready with the tank. So the placement, you must already be knowing it if you are using it for a long time. This thing, what is it called? A trapezium, I think. I don't know, I forgot it. Learned maths 10 years ago, so sure. And this rubber gasket, which will seal off with the tank, and through this you can see the bristles of the brush that we placed in the lower position. So again, you should hear a click. You can fill water while it is in place. Just make sure you do not spill it over because it will come in contact with the two detectors. So we're done here. Everything is in place except for this brush. Let's have it. Let's place the brush back. Now for the moment of truth, if I place the battery correct and everything, it should turn on. Let's check it. I think it's long press. Yeah, we have the lights slowly fading. It's trying to find the Wi-Fi connection right now.
Turning on.
And we have the voice prompt as well. So because this is on a table right now, I wouldn't want to do that. Let it connect to the Wi-Fi, and as soon as it starts spinning, I'll turn it off. I'll lift it off the table so it goes into error mode and it will stop. We'll place back it to charging and let's see if it cleans properly. I hope this tutorial gave you some valuable information. and it will be helpful to you if you use one of these, because it makes work hell lot easier to uh, clean and everything. And if you do not regularly clean it, you cannot rely on the obstacle avoidance or the terrain system, because if you are operating it remotely and the device shows error, you cannot do anything about it till you return home. Although the device will remain safe and nothing, no damage will be there, but still you'll have to come back and take out the error and move it manually. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section, and I'll reply to them as soon as possible. Also, if there is anything else about this you want, um, I'll make a tutorial of it. So that's about it. This is RY Tech, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Peace.